Nothing like that mountain air. Cervantes.
You're so silly.
We've been on the road for several hours now. We just crossed over into Colorado. For those of you who have been on the trip between Kansas City and Colorado, you know that it doesn't really look like Colorado until you see the mountains. We still got like 4 hours left on our trip, and right now we're at a rest area. Eden's over there climbing a tree.
Climbing a tree. We're in Colorado now, and I'm really happy about that because I've always wanted to go to Colorado. I want you guys to join.
Kids, you know how these mountains came to be?
There was a big earthquake and the mountains got slanted.
Super genius!
What? We made it! Yay! It's the longest trip. Well, we're here in Tabernash, Colorado. We are staying in an amazing house. I showed you guys this a long time ago. We actually stayed here 3 years ago. We're here on an Elliott family vacation. That's my in-laws. We're gonna go on a little hike today. We're getting acclimated to 9,000 feet.
In years past, we haven't gone on a whole lot of family vacations. And so, you know, just getting the opportunity to do this is really special. And oh, it's so stunningly beautiful here. I mean, look at this.
You're such an explorer, aren't you? This is like the family room where there's a lot of movies and games and air hockey and stuff. And I actually set up shop over here by the office because it's cool, and I brought my iMac to do work. Anyway, this is kind of like a separate part to the house, and then over there's like, I don't know, 10 rooms, 8 rooms. One of my favorite things about this room is their map table. Watch this. So that way, if you want to do any hiking or anything, you can kind of see where things are at. It's a beautiful table. Let me take you to our room. So this is the kids' room. Eden has her own bed. Levi has his own bed. Oh yeah, and if we wanted to put somebody up there, that's the loft with the bed. The little Jack and Jill bathroom, you know? And this is where Lisa and I are set up, which we could also have someone up there because there's also a loft bed up there.
Yesterday, we just kind of hung out and chilled at the house and got acclimated to being here. It was our first full day here in Colorado, but today
is so fun. We're going fishing and hiking, and my papa and Uncle Daniel are the fishermen's guides. Eden don't like catfish. That's so weird. No, I don't like to eat catfish. I like to eat. Oh, gross.
Me neither. But we're gonna go fishing and hiking. Weather here has been superb. It is so pretty here. And we thought it was actually gonna be a lot colder, which I think next week is gonna be a little colder. But anyways, we came at the perfect window. So we're gonna go and enjoy some of God's beauty. Come along with us.
So we decided to come hiking at Monarch Lake. We've never been here before. Monarch Lake. Levi is fishing. How big of a fish do you think you'll catch, bud?
The biggest.
The biggest, okay.
Feels nice. And cold, like an iceberg.
Buddy.
Tried fishing and I failed. Nothing was caught.
Uncle Daniel, he caught a fish, and I am so happy about that. really cool.
That is so cool. I love it.
The fish right here.
Whoa, what kind of fish is that,
A
bud?
rainbow trout. A rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout. Whoa.
And he wiggly.
No, don't do that, buddy.
Look at these little cousins.
I put
Adorbs.
Taylor in.
Hi.
Hey, look at. She's waving at me again. Look at we made a road.
What? You made a beautiful road?
Yeah, a high road.
Well, we are on a hike and the waterfalls begin.
Another waterfall. Find alert. We can sit here and eat.
It's a great idea, Mika.
We're meeting my lunch here, and I want to tell you guys about what we learned. Did you know that aspen trees, they can be sunscreen? It can make a good sunscreen, and it can make this thing called aspirin. It's an aspirin medicine. And if you can carve on that tree, it can make like a big disease. And did you know that it's one big tree? Like all the little trees of aspen are just one big tree. We're next to a waterfall, and waterfalls are really pretty.
We found the waterfall. We just did the hike. Took us a couple hours.
I have some pine sap right here. I lost it all. There's like these pine beetles and bark beetles, and they can damage a lot of trees. Did you know that moose are more dangerous than any kind of animal?
Guys, what did you find? What's it called?
The gold mine.
Gold mine. Why do you think?
Dug it?
Who dug it?
Charlie Gretz. Look, this is the big cave.
Wow, what do you think, guys?
Oh, amazing! I found Demi! A gem! We found a gem! A gem! Whoa!
It started to snow today here in Colorado. I hope it sticks. It's so pretty. We had some warm weather, really nice for hiking, hanging out. And now we have some beautiful mountainous snowy weather.
It's so beautiful. Selah,
It's so
look
stunning.
at the snow. What do you think? The nice thing about this is we've gotten beautiful warm weather, and then now this cold snowy weather, so we've gotten a little bit of both, which is actually kind of what we wanted. I didn't want it to be freezing the whole time, and I didn't want it to be hot the whole time too, because I wanted an excuse to build a fire, but then I also wanted to get out and explore and it not be freezing, so this has just been a perfect combination of both things.
I can't believe there's snow out here. There was wildfires over there. I think the snow must have stopped them. This is unbelievable. Winter has come upon us. Nothing like that mountain air. Woo! I never thought that I would ever be up here in these mountains, staying in such a nice house. Come from a very humble background, you know, my family's from Mexico and they immigrated here because it wasn't going so hot farming okra. My dad was 15 or 14 when he first immigrated to the US and married my mom, moved out there, and we grew up in a little tiny town. I was raised in a trailer, you know, very humble means, and I remember we thought, wow, God's really blessing us when we moved into a double wide 900 square foot house. Now I have 3 kids and been in full-time ministry for many, many years. And by the grace of God, He connects you with His children who He gives a different assignment so that it creates this ecosystem of blessing, you know, like this family who's letting us stay in their house. They're incredibly hospitable. God's blessed and prospered their income earning opportunities, and instead of just hoarding it and doing a bunch of stuff that rich people do, they built a sanctuary and they host many families, of course, that they know personally, but like it's booked year-round by many people in full-time ministry. God is so benevolent. He goes over the top when you least expect it. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. I think I'm gonna build a snowman. My take on a snowman. The kneeling, call them praying hide. It's gonna be like 65 degrees later today. We only got a few more minutes to go snow tubing.
Oh, cool. So fun.
I'm acting like a kid again, but God said that this is what the kingdom of heaven's like. Become like a child. Enjoy the little things. That was our last run. We didn't bring sledding attire. Eden's in her PJs because it was gonna be 70s all week, and fortunately, by the grace of God, He gave us some snow. This is a snowman I built yesterday. He seems to be chilling. On your knees, huh? All right, well, it's a few hours later from sledding this morning, but I wanted to show you what happened to Praying Hide, the snowballer snowman. Look at this, it all melted. How could it be? That's just so shocking to me. It's all melted. Goodbye, Praying Hide. That's his head. All things fade, I suppose.
So this is our last full day here in Colorado. It's been such a wonderful trip in so many ways. And we actually get to go spend it with some old friends from Kansas City. Becky, her late husband, Bob Faulkner, did our premarital counseling, and Bob actually officiated our wedding. He has gone to be with the Lord now, but Becky and her new husband, Tom, Toth, they live up here in Hot Sulphur Springs, Colorado, and so they live on a ranch. We're gonna go and see them this morning and spend time on the ranch on a mountain. Woohoo! There's Becky waiting for us.
A dog?
got married, we each had our spouse's ashes. We picked the rocks out from the property, and we had these made by this woman in Colorado Springs. And we put their ashes in the ground and then put this over on top. And then all the kids have put a rock around as a memorial rock for their grandpa and dad.
It's beautiful.
They're fading away, but that's
all writing.
That's where he is. And Bob loved the mountain.
And then there's the Hobbit hole.
Oh my gosh.
I want to go in the Hobbit hole.
They have a Hobbit hole. That's awesome.
Hands on my egg up here so moved.
This is legit.
We ended up building this as a place of remembrance. These are riddling racks that used to be used when they made champagne. That they would put it in and then give it a hearty twist to reinvigorate the yeast. So what we've done, each one of these represents a retreat.
Wow, these are cool. Oh my gosh.
You had a what? So cool.
This is awesome. Becky, this is incredible. Look at them going on a four-wheel drive. Hey! Wow!
I go to most.
You go to most?
I tried to go.
How was that?
You have to get me one of these for my birthday.
Yeah, for next birthday present.
Okay. Okay. It was such a treat to get to see Becky and Tom Toth. Of course, we have a lot of relationship with her in the past, and to see what God's doing here in this beautiful ranch. It's called Revel Ministries, and they host retreats, and like if churches or different businesses want to like host retreats here, they can like, they call them partner retreats. And anyway, they provide a chef and they provide lodging, and you can do your program and everything. So anyway, it's amazing. Obviously you got to see some of the things that they have and some of the things they're building, but you should check them out. I'll put the link below. And I guess they have a shack on the other side where you can seek the Lord. They have 110 acres, and they like borders one of the national parks. And so I'm just stunned by the beauty out here in Colorado, and of course the kind of people that he's placed to steward these plots of land. Our time here in Colorado has come to an end. We're heading now back to Kansas City with clean lungs and full hearts, grateful for this time. How can you get used to this beauty? Man, God's provision for our time here has been unbelievable, and I'm just so grateful that we were able to partake of this generosity that the Lord granted us to be able to spend a week here in this beautiful, beautiful place. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us. See ya. She found new toys. Did you stick that in your mouth? What? What are you doing? How can you fit that thing in there? Hey. Hey.